So we talk about, as Laura's just said so beautifully, that actually we like to look at all of these chronic conditions as being a gift. They don't feel like the kind of gift you want, and I got a stack of them. So, I know that I didn't want the yeah, we didn't ask for these gifts. These were not on our Christmas list. But one of the things that I have always found so humbling, so I love this phrase, it forces life evaluation, because we are systemically as women caught in a cycle. And it's one of the things that I get very passionate about when I'm talking about menopause, is why are women having shitty menopauses today? It's like, well, because we broke our bodies. And there is part of that which is our conditioning and this systemic belief that we've got to be so busy and so stressed, and that is glorified. And if we're not being that stressed and that busy and running around and sacrificing ourselves for our kids and putting everyone else first, then we're not doing our job. And there can be quite a lot of guilt and quite a lot of shame. I see, we see this a lot in our clients. And so what I find so humbling is when I've worked with people who have terminal conditions, and one of the most common, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm interpreting sort of specifically, but the phrase that I hear, commonly is, it's amazing what I can stop. It's amazing how much I was able to just stop caring about. Like, I just realized how much that I thought was so important actually wasn't important. And I found this with my journey, probably one of the most liberating sort of paradigms to move into, is what could I just stop, dealing with if I'm being forced to. And that is what we mean by forces a life evaluation, because we have to, when we have any of these kind of chronic conditions, put our needs first. Can't put them last. We have to set boundaries. We really, really, really recommend that people are having emotional coaching around their trauma, around their pain, around around their being dismissed. There's a lot that comes up with people when they're working on these issues. Endometriosis is one of the conditions which it's a management approach. There is never going to be a silver bullet for it. It is going to be a case of, we have to look at every area of our life. What's going on in my diet? Am I over exercising? Am I under exercising? Do I need to be a bit more honest with myself about my sleep hygiene? What relationships are actually really toxic for me? What am I not doing that I need to do? What is my body trying to tell me? So the only way that we can get out of this persecutor and victim stance is to actually realize that our body is just trying to send us a message, and we clearly don't speak the language that it's trying to send us. And so it's about tuning in and learning to try and figure that out. And then building capacity for resilience, and again, it's this really learning, I think, to even, and I say this understanding the contradiction that we are coaches and therefore supporting people on their journey. But for me, the journey is always about giving clients education and empowering them to make different decisions. I'm not the expert in the room. They become the expert on what their body is trying to tell them. And they're the ones that can sit there and go, okay, what's going on here? Yeah, all right. I had those really, I went on holiday and then I didn't bring my diet back in afterwards. Okay, I can be really honest with myself. I don't have to be self-critical, but I need to make some changes. So for me, it's about, these conditions are about making us the experts and taking that away from the doctors and even the coaches. And then we can actually sit there and decide what is the treatment that I want. And it may well be right for me to have surgery, or it may well be right for me to have hormone therapy. That might be the right choice for somebody. For them, that may be their decision. They might want to go down that road, but they're making the decision. They're not being told to do it. And that is a real shift from being that victim to actually being much more empowered in the situation.